the bipolar thing's been on my mind recently, and not in any, not in any depressing way or anything like that, but just been thinking about it, and it's not really something I want to go into detail on in these videos, at least not just yet. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of like surrounding issues that kind of play into everything concerning my mental health, and yeah, it's difficult to navigate. I do have my detractors, and I do have my people who support me. Um, and I hate to make it seem bigger than it actually is, but it's just one of those things that is just so woven into your life, like so into everything you do and your daily existence. It's kind of it's kind of like a weight that you carry around. But I don't want to sound too, I don't think I'm going through anything particularly intense at the moment. But yeah, I did ask a question on Facebook about who you would trust, whose opinion you would trust when it comes to bipolar disorder, and it was a very vague question. I kind of knew that. In fact, I did say that in the post. I did say that it was a very vague question, and I don't expect any, rational answers. Although, I reposted it on Atheist Nexus, and I got quite a few comments. Not a lot, about, I don't know, 20 comments about, a lot of them were kind of like, dude, I have no idea what you're asking. But I mean, I kind of knew, but to be fair to myself, I kind of knew it was a vague question. And when it comes to mental health, I mean, I know people are getting braver and braver in terms of talking about it publicly and openly, but that doesn't mean that the stigma or these preconceptions just kind of go away all of a sudden when people start talking about it. If anything, there's always like a little bit of a lull. When these issues come into the open, there's a spike in basically in stereotypes and stigmatized thinking and discrimination, et cetera, because it just comes to the light. It's like a Trump supporter, right? So anyway, so that's that, and yeah, I spent way too much time on this already, but that's where that is. So I think there's a few loose ends I kind of have to tie up, and I completely forget what they are. Let me just take a look at my Facebook page real quick. Okay. Oh, right. So, yeah, it's kind of stupid what I'm implying here, or what is implied. So I took this photograph of St. Clair of Assisi, which is, down at the St. Clair Roman Catholic Church at Dufferin and St. Clair. And oddly enough, this what looks like especially in the original photograph that I put up, there's this, and it's not even really a photograph. It was a PSD file, a Photoshop file that I put up, and it was for everybody's inspection and consideration. And I didn't notice it while I was building the file, but maybe like maybe kind of an hour after I uploaded the photograph, I noticed there's this eye in the corner of the photograph, and it looked really like like a human eye, and I thought, in one of my layerings, did I actually insert a picture of somebody's eye? Like, I mean, because I pulled some images from Google and stuff. I mean, the images are so decimated after the filters and all this stuff that you can't tell where the photos came from. There's really no copyright infringement, except for the fact that I mentioned that I layered in some copyrighted material. But you can't tell the copyright. If you saw just the photograph, you wouldn't be able to tell that there was copyrighted material in there. It's just so filtered. It's just so filtered. Like I filtered the hell out of it. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. But there's this eye that shows up in the corner of the photograph, on the left corner of the photograph, and it looks like a human eye. And I thought, did I Photoshop somebody's eye in there without even realizing it? So I looked at the original files and everything, and it really just was a cloud formation. Now, if that wasn't strange enough, and St. Clair is also a patron saint of eye problems, like eye disease. So anyway, so if that wasn't strange enough, I take this long, winding walk downtown one day after I had this miscommunication with my friend, And yeah, plans didn't really work out. So I ended up going down to the lake just to, I was downtown anyway, and I might as well just take pictures of the lake, because I hardly ever do that. And the clouds and everything, the weather was strange and the clouds were strange, and like it definitely was this kind of surreal, sublime sort of weather going on. The summer, it was summer, but you definitely felt the fall coming in, and so after a few months of like really warm weather, you get this like fall thing going on, and blah blah blah. So I take a picture of the clouds. I put another filter on it on Adobe Photoshop Express. Come home, and come home like a couple hours later. I'm looking through the photographs, and there's another eye. Like the clouds form another eye-looky thingy at the middle, at the top of the photograph, with the lake at the bottom. And I'm thinking, wow, this is getting really strange, because these eye pictures keep showing up. And my friend, before even this cloud picture, had posted another picture of tornadoes, and in that picture as well, there was another eye in that photograph. So I mean, it was just very strange. So I guess maybe in my head, it was a fleeting thought that, well, God's trying to show me something. But I have to say, I mean, I think we definitely look for things where there's nothing. I mean, you think about everything else that happens in the world, and I mean, is it just that the eye picture is simple to get? Like it's just it looks things in the clouds, right? Like, I mean, we fawn and fascinate over things in the clouds. I mean, we've been doing that for maybe for as long as long as we've been around, and yeah, I don't see the significance when it comes to like divine revelation or anything like that. And I mean, the eye of what, really? Who knows? And in any other way, I mean, I just don't. If I have proof of God, it definitely ain't making waves. And yeah, I mean, people see Jesus in toast. People see, the devil in steak, etc., etc. That's a meme that's been going around. So I mean, yeah, I don't. I guess it's just when you've seen something, you kind of look for it. Like you look for the same things, and we're programmed to make patterns out of things, right? That's how human brains work. But yeah, so if you're looking for proof of God, look at those photographs on Spiralvent. I mean, a couple of them are on my private page, but I mean, most of you have access to both. So just take a look and start praying to them, I guess. So yeah, so that's kind of a bit of a loose end. I didn't want to say much about it because I didn't want to make it a bigger deal than it actually is. But yeah. Anyway, my camera's buzzing out again. Like I don't know. I think it's trying to reconcile the external mic and the camera and trying to put them together, and it's using up a lot of memory. So who knows? But yeah, not a lot of, there are other loose ends that I wanted to tie up as well, but I just can't remember them right now. But yeah, that's about it. Bye.